Hi, Sophie. Please tell me about the humanoid robotics race that took place earlier this week in Beijing.
Earlier this week in Beijing, there was a groundbreaking humanoid robot half marathon. 21 robots participated alongside over 12,000 human runners in a 13-mile race. Most of the robots faced some challenges like overheating and falling, but one standout robot called Tiangong Ultra managed to finish the race in 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's a pretty exciting showcase of how quickly humanoid robotics are advancing.
Fascinating. So tell me what makes it so difficult for humanoid robots to run like actual humans?
Great question. The main challenge is that human running involves a lot of subtle balance, coordination, and adaptability. Our bodies naturally handle complex movements and shifts in terrain. For robots, replicating that level of dynamic balance and real-time adjustment is incredibly complex. They need to process a huge amount of sensory data and make micro adjustments in milliseconds to stay upright and move efficiently. Plus, their actuators and joints aren't as flexible or energy efficient as human muscles, which makes running a big technical hurdle.
Does it actually make sense to construct robots like humans, or is it just an over anthropomorphization of how we conceive machines?
That's a really insightful point. There's definitely some debate about whether humanoid forms are the most practical. On one hand, making robots human-shaped allows them to navigate environments designed for people, like climbing stairs or using tools. On the other hand, it's not always the most efficient design for every task. Sometimes more specialized or non-humanoid robots can perform specific functions better. The humanoid design often makes sense for applications where human-robot interaction or human environments are key, but it's not always the most optimal form for every scenario.
With that in mind, what are the most challenging issues that engineers face when constructing a robot?
Engineers face a ton of challenges when building robots. One major issue is achieving stable and adaptable locomotion, especially for humanoid robots. They have to handle a variety of surfaces and situations without losing balance. Another big challenge is power and energy efficiency. Robots need to run on batteries, and making those batteries last while powering complex movements is tough. There's also the challenge of perception and decision making. Robots need advanced sensors and AI to understand their surroundings and react appropriately in real time. Finally, there's the complexity of human-robot interaction, making sure robots can understand and respond to human cues effectively. All of these factors make robot construction a highly interdisciplinary and challenging field.
Speaking about AI, how do robots actually learn?
Robots typically learn through a combination of machine learning techniques. One common approach is reinforcement learning, where a robot learns by trial and error, receiving rewards for good actions and penalties for mistakes. Another method is supervised learning, where robots are trained on large data sets with labeled examples, helping them recognize patterns and make decisions. They also use imitation learning, where they mimic human actions to learn tasks. Additionally, there's a lot of progress in combining these approaches with real-world data and simulations, allowing robots to continuously refine their skills and adapt to new environments.
And does that mean that more innovation is needed before robots are actually able to learn and act in a way that is sufficiently useful for us?
Absolutely. While robots have made huge strides, there's still a lot of room for innovation. For robots to be truly useful in everyday scenarios, they need to get better at understanding complex environments, making decisions on the fly, and interacting with humans naturally and safely. This involves advancements in AI, materials, power efficiency, and sensor technology. So while we're getting closer, there's still plenty of innovation needed to make robots as versatile and helpful as we imagine.
Sophie, it was great speaking to you. Thank you so much for your responses, and thank you everybody for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.
Thanks, Leo. It was great talking with you too. Take care and see you all next time. Goodbye.